add this, which I told you was the baking powder. This is getting well mixed in now. And then we're going to add some cold milk, which we will need, I think it's 2 tablespoons, a little bit more as I added the egg. It's really simple, this. I mean, you could do this in, you could throw this together in a matter of minutes. I did extra bit there because I did the extra egg. It's just that you wouldn't be talking all. Now you whack the speed up. And you got this nice texture. When I was a kid, I always used to love eating this. My mum wasn't looking at it. I'd eat teaspoons of it. Not good for you, obviously, with all the butter and the, but, you know. It's incorporating really nice. Let's just have a look at that. Now I'm actually probably going to add just a touch more milk. Now you can add Grand Marnier or Amaretto di Serrano in here, or some other liquor if you want. What I do though is when the sponge is cooked and it's cold, and I've peeled off the paper, well, I peeled off the paper while it's warm, let it cool on a rack, and then I drizzle just lightly with some Grand Marnier or some orange liqueur into the sponge. Let that soak in, and then people do 2 things. In England they do, in England and Europe they do like an icing, which is butter, icing sugar and vanilla, equal amounts, and then they make a thick filling. But over here I use cream. It works better and it's easier, and the cream stays softer. It's alright if you're doing that and serving it right away. We serve it as a dessert here in the restaurant, and it's much better. Done like that. We'll move this over here. Now, scrape down. Come over to your pans. What you want to do is put like equal amounts in here, and then I made a little extra because I want to make hopefully I'm going to make a sherry trifle, and Jack's going to make a cottage pie that we're going to use here. So I'm going to use the sponge. So see if you can get it as low as you can, like that, going round. That should actually double in size, and you can tell when it's cooked when you can stick a skewer in, or wooden skewer or metal skewer. It comes out clean, or it's springs back with when you push it down. Best way is to go with the skewer. It takes about 20-25 minutes, so it's not long. It's a great thing to whip up if you have guests coming and you don't know, and you don't want to buy one of those nasty Crisco, is it they use, Bob? Crisco icing. Disgusting. I don't know if I can eat that stuff, but that's a big seller over here, I think. Right. And we take those, put them to the oven, and we put them in the oven there. 20 minutes should be ready. Ciao, I'll be back in a... Hey there. About halfway through now, and I was just explaining to Bob, one thing you must do and must remember, do not open and close your oven all the time. Keep checking, keep checking. You're not going to burn that if you give it 30 minutes, 25 minutes. It won't get spoiled. Every time you open the oven, the temperature drops, the sponge drops a little, and you won't have that nice springy, soft sponge that you want. Because when people bite into the sandwich, it's nice and fluffy, so remember that. The other thing I should have said as well is if you can, use glass or china to bake with. Either one of something like that, or a glass one, because it cooks much better. The product is a much better product when it's cooked in that as opposed to metal. I'll be back with you as soon as it's finished. Thanks a lot, appreciate it. Okay folks, as I said, it's not to open the oven, but I'm doing this so Bob can show you that it's almost doubly risen. Nice textures, nice. And that will, when it gets a little more browner, we will take that out and cool it down. Thank you. Okay folks, they're nice and ready on top. Just give them the old test. Come out nice and clean, so we're good with that. Okay. Then I'm going to stand them over here on the cooling rack, and whilst they're on the cooling rack, I'll leave them there for about 20 minutes, 30 minutes, tip them out. Then when they're stone cold, I'll wrap them in cling film, put them away, and use them as needed. You can freeze them for probably up to about 1 month, but I tend to bake them and wrap them when they're stone cold, use them. Okay? And I will show you the finished product in a couple of seconds. Okay. Once I've made the sponge, and I cut the sponge in, the sponge is already 2 pieces. I nearly said cut in half then, but I'm not doing that. I will then take the whipped cream, as I said, do the alcohol, whichever I want to use, or non-alcohol. Add the cream and some berries and peaches, and then some kiwi, and then put the top on, cream again on the top, and you get that. And then that will be the finished product. And then when we send them out, we just give them a little decoration, very simple, like a creme anglaise, which will soon be on the website if not. And then you can do some really creative things with this and giving it a real nice spider web effect. And there we have it, voila. Victoria sandwich, which is sponge with fresh whipped cream. I put amaretto on this one with sliced peaches, kiwi and strawberries. Thanks a lot. This is Bob Jacko Productions. Jack Chaplin, Cooking with the Blues. I'm Bruno Mella, Jack's buddy, and do the desserts and help out where needed. Ciao, arrivederci. Thanks mate.